It's been a while. It's been a long time. It's only been a week. It's the Afternoons with Josh, Ken, and Amanda. A silly look at a Casterly Talk world.
Doesn't matter when you listen, Ken, as long as your fingers get confused with what show you're broadcasting.
It's always the Afternoons.
Ooh, here we are, everybody.
Ken, check it out. Amanda, show them your fingernails.
Ooh.
Well, when I move them really fast, you can't even see.
Yeah, you got to hold them up to the camera a little.
They're wait, where's the camera?
There.
They're rainbow, baby. I am I'm going as a rainbow, a cloud with rainbows for Halloween. So I really committed here with the nails. It's mainly for my 3-year-old niece and my 11-year-old niece, but she probably doesn't care about my costume much.
I was going to say, so you're actually going to see some folks, your family.
Yeah.
Your bubble. I thought maybe you were going as a bag of tropical Skittles because that's what your hand looked like to me.
Ooh, I should have done that.
You know what though? Remember the old rainbow commercials?
Bag of tropical Skittles. Still time. Oh, sorry,
Ken. Wow.
Well, YouTube. I can't tell you what. Can I say F you, YouTube? I can't mute the sound on that YouTube channel until I go to it. And then anytime I go to it, my stupid voice is going to be heard.
Former Dallas Cowboys backup quarterback AJ Schwackert says they look fantastic, Amanda.
Thank you. They're very short right now, which everyone told me when you're pregnant that your nails grow like so long and amazing. Do they? Because I haven't experienced that yet, but they kind of just look stumpy and like I colored them myself when I was bored in 7th grade, but it's fine.
Ken, I told my buddy on the golf course yesterday that if men got pregnant, the world would have ended like 4,000 years ago. True. We would have just been like, there's no way. I'm not doing this anymore. This is ridiculous.
Done with this.
Yeah, I'm out. Wait.
Yeah. It is true. I think people just assume that men are the stronger species because they have bulging muscles. Sure, but that is not true. I'm just going to put it out there. Women are amazing.
Yeah.
Society
I'm
has
not tooting my own horn, but I am.
No, I think society has just been thousands upon thousands of years of men having to overcompensate for the truth they know, which is they aren't as strong as they want to be.
True. Well said. But back to Amanda's rainbow nails. Emily Benoist or Benoit, absolutely glowing today, Amanda. Have a great show, everyone. Thanks, Emily.
Thank you. That's so nice.
Ken,
I have a little greasy face, oily face, but
Ken,
that's sure. So sweet. Thank you.
Not sure if you know, Emily Benoist was a figure skater, 1984 Winter Olympics, I believe.
She was the first to do a triple axel.
First woman to do a triple axel. She was a Canadian legend, Emily Benoist, I believe, from just outside Quebec City.
Yeah, absolutely. 84 games in Sarajevo is the Winter Games. A lot of war-torn Sarajevo, a lot of political intrigue and problems and turmoil around those Olympics. But Emily Benoist kind of emerged as one of the superstars of the 84 Winter Games. Her performance on that secondary night in the team gymnastics team figure skating competition, which might be an event that doesn't exist anymore. Her quadruple axel into that one
double Salchow.
That's the one. That's the one. Yeah. Beautiful thing of beauty.
Yeah, I know.
And you know what? Remember at the '88 games, Debbie Thomas for the U.S. tried to capture that. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do that move.
Yeah, well, they call that the I believe it was called the Benoist band. Yeah, that's what it was. Thank you. The Benoist bend, because what she did was she came around the bend of the rink and got so much speed that quadruple axel into the double Salchow. She had so much speed and so much height that nobody was able to do the Benoist bend quite like it.
I think she was also known for her very extravagant outfits.
Yes, totally.
She was very ahead of her time, very fashionable. I remember, looking up to.
Yeah.
to her and wanting to, bedazzle all of my clothes.
Yeah.
And Emily Benoist was the first competitive figure skater at a championship level to wear a full cape in competition.
Yeah. She basically was if you want to call it, the inspiration for what is now Wonder Woman 1984. Is they were like, hey, we were going to do 1982, 1986. And like, hey, but there was, if you remember, Emily Benoist from the 1984 Olympics in Sarajevo, because now, Ken, if you remember, by 1985, she was already at the head of her family's maple syrup fortune just outside Quebec City. And she had given up figure skating. So when the 1988 Olympics came to Calgary, everybody was going to her maple syrup farm and being like, Emily, you've got to come back. We need Benoist. We need the Benoist bend. You got to make it big time Benoist, go full bend Benoist. And she said, you know what? I've retired. I'm now only maple syrup. But she
was dealing with that whole like maple syrup in Canada is like, there was like a drug lord and there was all kinds of
mafia, the maple syrup mafia.
And she got stuck in it, which is why she retired.
Yep.
And she got into all this trouble because,
Yeah.
maple syrup.
She did try to make a comeback for the Calgary Games, and she
in
was
'88.
In '88. And our listener in the chat, Damon R. 1974, he's right there. He says, "Wasn't this the plot to The Cutting Edge?" Not in '84, but in '88, Emily Benoist returned to the games. Is where she met her eventual husband, who was a drunk ne'er-do-well hockey player. And they fell in love, and that story got sold to be the D.B. Sweeney, Moira Kelly led Cutting Edge.
Cutting Edge, correct. Well said, Ken. And a lot of people still talk about Emily Benoist. Vermont Ryan Kramer says the inspirational slogan "Bend it like Benoist." Yeah, "Bend it like Beckham" was actually stolen from Emily Benoist, and and then later on, Melissa Benoist became Supergirl, a cousin, an American cousin of Emily Benoist, a very athletic young lady in Melissa Benoist, and just one of those. Ranger John says, "Look at Amanda go! She's really working on her improv, ladies and gentlemen, and she is crushing it."
I'm trying. At first, I really thought that this was real.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys heard her go, "Is this real?" I was like, "No, it's fake." Oh, okay, got it. I'm gonna go with it. So yes,
good. That was the best super chat inspiration ever. To get Amanda to go.
And I want to point out that if you guys want to put super chats in there and you want to send some money to the show, we're happy to make up backstories for your name. No problem. If that's what it takes to get us super chatting, that's what we're gonna do. No big deal.
Yeah, could be. I needed that energy drink up since 5 a.m. kids. I don't know how you're gonna do it once you have a child.
They say, it just comes like natural. They say that it's like you don't even think about it, you just do it, and then you don't really even realize like how tired you are because you're just delirious all the time. Okay. I kind of feel like that now, though. I think my body is preparing me for not sleeping ever again. So because I'm already not sleeping, so I think I'll be ready. I think I'll just run on very, very small fumes, and you just Well, I hear that's what they say.
You're gonna be okay. Go Steelers, says Highway Johnny. But
Highway Johnny, go Steelers. The only undefeated team currently in the NFL, Ken, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Something that you woke up to this morning at 5 a.m. to get. Were you in line for Steelers season tickets for 2022?
No. I was trying to get my real ID, which I succeeded at getting. But I wish I was getting season tickets to the Steelers because I love the Steelers. Bubby Brister, great.
I do have a small confession to make.
What's that?
Well, okay. I'm not really a superstitious person when it comes to sports at all, but I know that Josh and his family is like to the extreme. You're not superstitious in any other way, just sports.
Just sports.
So, I like to move around my pillows and redecorate quite a bit. And, we're now turning, it's barely November 1st, but it's Thanksgiving, everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
So I decided like, oh, I want to, change up my pillows, whatever. Well, I have this pillow. It's not a Steelers pillow.
Scatter cushion.
But it's a scatter cushion that's like black and gold. It has black and gold in it. And
you took it off the chair.
I have had it on the chair since the beginning of the season, but I took it off because
If we lose to the Ravens this weekend, I will lose my mind.
And I thought about it today. I'm like, oh my God, I took that pillow off. Do you think if we lose, it's because I took the pillow off?
Well, now that you said it, we're screwed.
That's not it. But I can put the pillow back before the game.
Well, here's the thing, Ken, is that
sounds like gooch.
She gooched me.
Gooched you.
Total gooch.
I shouldn't have said anything, but then I couldn't live with myself if we did lose, and then I didn't tell him, and we got home, and he was like, "Why isn't that pillow there?"
Ken, let me tell you a quick story about superstition and Steelers football. Okay.
There is superstitious. Yeah.
Ken's on the wall. Okay. So, story goes as such. The Steelers make the playoffs. I believe this was 2013. I can't remember the exact year.
Good year.
And we are playing the Denver Broncos, led by Tim Tebow, a.k.a. the preacher, a.k.a. God is above me, a.k.a. what if God was one of us?
What if God was Tim Tebow?
Just a Tebow like one of us. That's a really underrated 90s song, I've got to admit.
It's a great song.
I like Joan Osborne.
Yeah, fan. So we're at a buddy's place, and we've all got our garb on, and as things are going around, people are sitting. And one of the guys that came with one of our friends was not a Steelers fan, but he's like, I'll wear something Steelers for the game, no problem. So near the end of the game, he had been wearing this Steelers poncho the whole time. Okay. At the end of the fourth quarter, he said he was getting sweaty and he took it off, but he didn't tell anybody about it. The next play, Tim Tebow throws an 80-yard touchdown and we lose in overtime.
Yeah. I remember that game.
It's clearly his fault. That guy's with the poncho. Am I right?
Yeah.
Well, maybe 4 years ago. Maybe 4 years ago at Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
I was with his entire family watching a Steelers game.
Against the Ravens, division rival.
And I was sitting in like a bar stool at a table in the corner of a room.
Okay.
And they scored. Steelers, I sat down in that chair and then the Steelers scored. So I stepped out of that seat to like go walk somewhere else. And his uncle was like, wait. You can't move. And I was like, what? Why? He's like, because right when you sat there, we scored. So you cannot get up again until unless the Ravens score, because you're good luck in that seat. So I had to sit in that seat.
It was a corner seat too. Like she was tucked in a corner.
Until the Ravens scored, because then it was like the curse was lifted or something. The luck was lifted. I don't know.
Yeah. And how about this, Ken?
Yeah.
Highway Johnny kind of sums it up perfectly.
Highway Johnny.
My internet is slowing here. Let's see when it pops up here. Here we go. Okay. Me and my family sat in the exact same spot every playoff game the year we beat the Cardinals. So much to the extent that we made my brother watch the game with his girlfriend somewhere else. That's just being a good fan. Okay.
Yeah. Look, Highway Johnny adds, my dad has stayed outside smoking for a whole game, an entire game, because we kept scoring.
That's bad for your lungs. Good for the team.
Yeah.
But also, can we also hold these athletes accountable? Because I'm sorry, they also play crappy sometimes. So how is that my fault when I just am trying to sit down in a chair in peace?
This just might be Steeler fans. We Dolphin fans don't do that, but also we haven't won a Super Bowl since like 72. So maybe that's part of the problem.
Very true, Ken.
Thank you, Highway Johnny.
Michael Kautzer says perfectly, what if the birth leads to a Steelers Super Bowl win? Now, what has been decided in the family is we currently have a name for the baby. Ken knows the name. I'm not going to announce it publicly, but we have a name for the baby. Okay.
I don't think I know. I don't think you know. I don't think you told me.
I did tell you the night of
Steeler Macuga.
Is
it Bradshaw, Franco, Stallworth, Macuga?
Correct. Yes.
Got it. Okay.
So I told you the night of the Riley's Cantina show. Your girlfriend knows what it is. So,
okay.
If we win the Super Bowl, the baby's name will be changed to Tomlin Macuga. So
no, you said 7.
Oh, 7 Macuga. That's right. 7 Macuga. So 7, like George Costanza's Mickey Mantle, but also 7 because it's our 7th Super Bowl. There you go.
And then Amanda will have to have a child every January, February if they win. It's just the way it's go. You're gonna have 19 kids on the farm, and it's going to be great.
That is not going to happen. But isn't the Super Bowl before her due date?
Yep. Yes. So if we win the Super Bowl, then we.
No, everything that I have already has her name on it.
Yeah, but we can change it.
No.
Yeah, I think you just go into Photoshop and you just Alt Delete, Control Alt Delete, and you get it. You can put in. Yep.
Well said. Well said.
Yeah. You have to tell me off air. There was a lot going on that day. I don't know if I remember. I was running around trying to put the show together. Mark had to spend Riley had to spend like 15 minutes during the live show trying to get his mom's YouTube to work to watch us.
Yeah. Nothing like your parents.
He was screaming, and it was a lot of stuff going. I don't remember the name.
Before our gender reveal, my mom couldn't figure out group Zoom call or group FaceTime, so she flipped out.
Man, that was a rough day for Deb Macuga.
Yeah. Oh, poor Deb Macuga. That's
poor Deb.
What? Yeah.
All right.
Luckily, I don't Zoom with my family. My mom and dad would. My dad would think he'd figure it out and wouldn't, and then he'd just say it's stupid and not do it.
And your mom thinks that Zoom is the devil's work.
She'd just be like, I know it's not. I'm not part of that culture. Zoom, like we've gotten in this argument. My mom and I. I'll go out to Vegas. My cousin Michelle lives out there, has her business Vegas 3D.
I met her.
Yeah, you have actually. She was at the show. She was at Hard Rock. And her husband Randy. And so my mom's like, one time I was going out there, or they were coming to Anaheim for my grandparents. Doesn't matter. I was like, yeah, I'm going to see Michelle this week. She goes, my mom goes, can you take a picture? I haven't seen her in over 25 years. I'd like to know, what she looks like. And I was like, she's on Facebook. I don't do that.
Can be glad that she doesn't do Facebook because it's all just, I swear everything I hear from my mom about Facebook is it's conspiracy theories and crazy people. And it's just all like political debates. So be very happy that your mom is not on.
I do agree with that. My dad's on it, but doesn't do anything. He just kind of, I'll forget my dad's on it. And he'll be like, my mom will call me like, Dad says you're doing some Star Wars. Oh, yes, the live show with Mark Riley. Okay, I don't know what that is. I don't know what you do.
2 back-to-back chats here real quick, Ken. Melanie Blunt Macuga from Highway Johnny. Very funny. Mel Blunt, a Steelers Hall of Famer from the 70s. One of the greatest cornerbacks of all time.
And then some people think Amanda was naming her after Emily Blunt from because Devil Wears Prada is Amanda's second favorite film next to Caddyshack. So.
Yep, definitely.
Everybody
I do love Caddyshack.
And Highway Johnny then says, my mom doesn't know where the power button is on the remote control. So 2 very relevant things to say here, and I totally agree. My mom had a lot of trouble with the clicker for a long time. My dad still hates the clicker.
See, my dad is one of the ones that at my parents' house, we have 4 to 5 remotes. And my dad stubbornly refuses because he's got it all figured out. But just for me to watch the TV, like I'm home, I'm going to watch History Channel, Eating History. I have to turn on 7 things, a preamp, because my dad builds his own speakers. So he's like, you got to turn on the preamp, and then that's 6 remote. And I'm gonna watch it on my phone, Dad.
Your dad makes his own speakers, builds his own speakers, and your mom refuses to go on technology. This is just a match made.
Yeah.
I mean, and in your parents' defense, Amanda's parents have like 9 different remotes. One is for like a sound bar.
Yeah.
And she's like, do you want the surround sound? I'm like, no more remotes. No more remotes. I'm good. I just want to watch Netflix.
And then she gets mad at my dad who doesn't know how to work any of it. And she's like, do I have to show you everything? I'm like, the guy just got a cell phone a year ago. He's almost 65. Like, who can blame him?
The judge,
here we go.
The judge is almost 65.
Yeah. And he's the only reason he got a cell phone is because it was mandatory for work.
For work.
Otherwise, he still would not have one.
No. I love this one. Christy McGee says, my mom unplugs her computer from the wall so no one can spy on her. That's amazing.
I love that. But also, I do believe that because someone's always listening.
Are they?
Yes, we've got 3 Amazon Alexa. Oh, Amazon.
Yeah.
We've got 3 Amazon Alexas.
Yeah, I'm with you.
They're all listening.
Yeah.
We have the Alexas. I annoy Grace because, you know, like a lot of people were Schitt's Creek fans, and I walk around the house going, Alexa, and she's like, that's stupid. Stop that.
Oh,
Stop
she
that.
just heard you.
Alexa just heard you.
I'm probably messing a lot of people's Alexas up.
She's saying something.
I'm sure there's some Radar O'Reilly tech at Amazon that's writing down everything I say. I don't care. As long as I don't know about it, I can turn the lights on and off easily.
Boom.
We got that because of you, Ken. You told us that you loved the light thing, and so we ordered some of those light plugs. And I'm telling you what,
hold on, let's see what
is the greatest
invention
ever.
It's ridiculous.
Don't you feel like we're in the Jetsons?
Yes.
Oh, Alexa, turn on floor.
Watch. There. Did you see it in the background?
You can't tell me it's not the coolest thing because we have the bodatorium out in the gym in Grace's art space. So she works out a little bit late at night. So she gets to go, Alexa, turn on the gym lights, and the lights and everything is working when she walks in there. It's not just a luxury; it's a safety thing. That's what I say.
You just said that, and she didn't know what to do.
She's like, gym lights? What? Alexa, turn off floor. Oh no! Now she just turned our overhead. Alexa, turn off lights. Oh, geez. We're totally screwing with her.
This is one of the best podcasts you'll ever listen to. It's just figuring out Alexas.
One time, it was my old roommate was in the car. We went up to my hometown to see Steve Martin in concert for the Bluegrass. And so we were my dad's new car at the time. And my roommate, my old friend Lou, we'll bring this up every time. And this is like 10 years ago. And the car could tell the weather if you asked it, right? And my dad's like, watch this. We're driving to dinner. He's like, what's the weather? Cannot turn on radio. No weather. And it was like a bad sketch. Literally went on for like 10 minutes. And my friend and I are just looking at our phones. We're like, it's 72 degrees. No. I want the car to do it. And 10 minutes of that.
I mean, parents' fascination with technology is always something very interesting. I mean, my parents have been in a marital spat, like a butting of heads, rams on a mountain fighting each other over a Roomba. Because my mom thinks that the Roomba is useless, and my dad loves the Roomba.
They had to like lock it in a closet because they just couldn't. They couldn't make it work.
I want one. I want one of those iRobot version ones. I have a friend that works for that company. I'm trying to sweet talk him into getting me one or half off. Or something.
I don't get it. It's so small. How is it getting that much dirt up? It can't hold that much dirt.
I think it can.
I think it can. Yeah.
I don't get it. Does it just make it like poof disappear once
it's bigger than you think? I think it's pretty big.
It's not that big. My sister has one. They're small. Where does the dirt go?
I think it turns the dirt into fuel. I think it's the future.
I do too. Yeah, it is. It's the future.
Hey, Haskell 420, check it in there. Look at that.
We got our buddy Haskell 420, legend. Hey, Josh and Amanda and Ken. It's a $5 super chat. Thank you, Hask. You're the man. Love the new setup in the living room. Thank you. We're trying to figure out why the TV flickers so bad, but I think it's like a camera thing. Anyway, Josh, I'm in for your live stream Masters show. Yep, I'm going to be live streaming both days of the Saturday and Sunday of the Masters. The first and maybe only time we'll ever see the Masters in November. Amanda doesn't care. She's not going to be here that weekend anyway. So
I hope not.
Have you spoken to Old Smokey lately? I have not spoken. I texted Old Smokey yesterday, but he hasn't gotten back to me. Unfortunately, I haven't talked to him in a minute, but I think he's doing okay out there in West Virginia. The legend that is Old Smokey.
Sweet Smokey.
You know, we're not getting a season 2 as of right now for Eating History. I mean, maybe we will at some point. I don't know, but we're not getting one anytime soon. So I won't be seeing Old Smokey for a while, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's too bad. Well, eventually we'll just have to have him out. We'll have him finally when we can all travel. We'll get him out here. That's too bad. I
know. Yeah. Monterey Jack said if you talk more about schlongs, you might get more super chats. We're good. We don't need to do that.
Who wants that? Who wants to?
It's a shout at SEN because they do this thing where a robot interrupts them and they just say the word schlong, schlong, schlong.
Oh, geez, I've heard about this.
Yeah. So
gross.
Yeah. Schlongs are the worst.
Schlong, 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 schlong. Get it?
AJ Schwackert, I was curious about that. Network decision or just pandemic reasons? I like to think a little bit of both. You know, I mean, look, Mindhunter's not getting a season 3. That show was incredible.
I think the entire television
Glow got canceled. They canceled Glow.
They're losing their damn minds.
Yeah.
And I think nobody has good ideas anymore, and they're all just grasping at straws and making really bad decisions about things. And that's just my opinion on it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean,
I'm watching freaking Gossip Girl in quarantine. I mean, what has this come to?
She finished Gossip Girl, Ken. She beat Gossip Girl. She got to level 6 of Gossip Girl and beat it.
And it was the worst show.
That's
not Pretty Little Lies. Little lies that we tell.
Basically, probably the same show, just a different name.
Exactly.
Okay. I wasted a long time, a lot of time watching that.
I don't know. I don't watch shows. You know that. I just hear them over the couch. Grace is now watching The Boys. I've not seen 1 second of it. I've heard every episode.
Yeah, it's I mean, listen, my in-laws, or at least my mother-in-law, last weekend watched that David Byrne American Utopia like 6 times in a row.
Oh my gosh, which was great the first time, but after like the 4th time, I
couldn't listen to any more Talking Heads. I
can't watch any more Modern Dance barefoot. Yeah. It's like
I didn't watch it. I do like David Byrne. I do like some heads, but it could be enough after a while.
Yeah.
Outside of the single,
I mean, it'd be like Peter Gabriel just doing "In Your Eyes" 15 times. Like, okay, we get it, Pete. And then closing with Sledgehammer.
Sledgehammer. I love making references to music videos from '86.
That's it.
Yeah, AJ Schwackert says you're missing out, Ken. It sounds fine. I get it. I get the premise. It's great. I don't want to turn around from MLB The Show.
But, Mandalorian comes on tomorrow and that adorable Baby Yoda. Ken, we got to shout out that Yacht Rock. We got to shout out that Yacht Rock song.
We'll do that. Yeah, I'll cue that up. Tonight, Mandalorian, technically tonight, if you stay up. It's up tonight. So I've got to do that. I've got to watch it tonight and tomorrow for the review on Force Center, the discussion. I hate calling it.
I think that might be like my favorite Star Wars thing.
It is for a lot of people, and with good reason. I hope the budget is a little bigger. It is. I hope so. I hope looks a little better than it did last year. But absolutely, I enjoy the hell out of it so much. So I'm going to Thaddeus Williams' Twitter page to find the link for that here. There we go. All right.
Yeah.
Should we just play it?
It's his buddy, apparently.
So his
play it.
buddy, Greg Smith, not the former city council member from the 12th District of Los Angeles, San Fernando Valley, different Greg Smith, in case you were wondering.
Or the former commissioner of Moon Township, Pennsylvania, Greg Smith, one of my dad's best friends.
Right. Totally.
Yep.
Totally. Greg L. Smith's at Smith L. Greg released a yacht rock song called Little Baby Yoda, the Mandalorian yacht rock song. We'll play it. You want to play a little bit right now, Josh?
Play from 1 minute to 2 minutes.
Okay.
You know that already.
I got to get, hold on. Let me get this going here. 1 to 2 minute. Okay. The 2 minute mark. Okay. Here you go. You ready?
Just a little better, babe, you better, baby. Every step feels like the best, although he's stumbling. I would follow him on any course. His hand raises and I praise the God above me. Lifts things rise up like the possessed by some powerful force.
Now wait.
Destiny ain't just some dream. And look, your skin is green.
Here it comes.
Ooh, it's a little baby Yoda, Yoda. I wish that I could know ya just a little better, baby, you better, baby. Ooh, it's a little baby Yoda, Yoda. I wish that I could hold ya just a little bit.
See? That little baby Yoda song, it just makes me so happy.
I mean, it's great. I was watching the video, and then I went back to StreamYard, and I just saw Amanda looking at the camera like this. We're in trouble now.
I didn't know what he was singing, but I listen to a lot of yacht rock here at home, so
yeah,
it never stops.
Absolutely. So you can find that on Smith L. Gregg's Twitter page, or go to our buddy Thad Williams over at Collider, Thaddeus Williams.
Thad Williams.
Thad Williams. Check that out. A lot of fun. I'm excited for the Baby Yoda show tonight. It'll be good. It'll be a lot of fun.
Apparently it's Baby Yoda's called The Child. People keep correcting me on Twitter, but I don't care. It's Baby Yoda to me. It's
the child. We haven't learned the name or species. We've never learned the species. Maybe we will in the show. But yeah. You call it Baby Yoda, whatever. Even Bob Iger was calling it Baby Yoda until Jon Favreau told him not to. I
mean, look at that he got that little hand. He goes like, he's so cute. He's the most adorable thing in the history of TV.
He really is. I haven't gotten tired of him yet.
No, not at all. I mean, I was pretty tired of the Porgs after a little while. Then I came back around on the Porgs. I think Porgs are freaking adorable, right? Babu Frick, adorable. So Babu, cute.
Yeah.
The little creature guy that hangs out with Jabba the Hutt.
That's Princess Leia, Josh.
Oh, Princess Leia. That's not very nice, Ken.
No, Salacious B. Crumb. Yeah.
Yeah, him. But they all pale in comparison to that little adorable Baby Yoda. Although, Ken, I did say something very funny on the golf course yesterday, and I think you'd be very proud of me because I got a good laugh out of it. Are you ready?
You go to the golf course more than the president. That's insane.
He's there all the time. I said yesterday to my sister, I'm like, man, to be Josh Macuga, he's got quite the life.
Good life.
Listen, it's core. I go once a week. I go to the golf course once a week.
Although it does so happen to be when he goes golfing, I usually go see my sister. So every week I see her, she's like, what's Josh doing today? I'm like, he's golfing. She's like, wow, again. I was like, yep.
I golf once a week. And it's about to change because Ken and I are about to take off on a business venture that is going to change the world.
Yeah, although he told me that yesterday was his last golf day for a long time.
It is.
And then he said to me today that he's like, oh, I'm so pissed that it's going to get dark because then I can't golf after work. I'm like, oh, so this is going to be your babe, I'm working late tonight, when really you just leave the office and you go golfing for a twilight round. Not going to happen.
Look, I don't believe in work hours, Josh. You catch a 10 a.m. game. Show up later.
Thanks, Ken. You're not wrong. Thank you. I mean, I'm trying to support this future family of mine and really build something amazing. But at the end of the day, but also too, I really like to play golf. I'm just saying once a week. I don't have to. I'm not going golfing every day. Listen, if I was trying to make the tour, Christy McGee, you jerk. I love you though. But I will say, ever since Amanda's fainting, I make sure that she has snacks everywhere all the time.
He is like the snack police. He's like, if I have to go out or go do work, he's like, do you have snacks in your bag? What'd you pack? Did you pack enough food?
Packing snacks.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, well, our boy Cal from Johnson City, Tennessee, the legend that is Cal.
Cal, yeah.
His little girl rode horses near the Hollywood sign last week. Made me think of Mandy Oaks.
Oh, that's awesome. How fun.
But I bet his kid had to wear a helmet.
I'm so excited for her. I bet she did wear a helmet for safety, but I bet she didn't have to. She probably was just like a heck of a rider.
Yeah, no doubts about that. No doubts about that.
Well, she's from Tennessee. They're big in horses there. All right, Ken, you had a question. You were going to ask me.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Are there golf bags with baby Bjorn attachments or anything like that?
I did see a guy walking with a push cart that had a stroller on it. It was on social media. So listen, I want my daughter to play golf. I want her to love golf just like me. So daddy-daughter dates are golfing.
That's great. That's all you need right there. That's all you need. It's solved. Amanda, don't worry about it. You're gonna have your evenings free.
See? Boom. You can do whatever you want. Brian the Brawler brings up something real quick, and then I'm going to go back to my joke that I was going to tell Ken. Scooby Snacks, I've got to be honest. Scooby Snacks to me always from Scooby-Doo. They always look like the most delicious thing on TV. I don't know. They were like these little round snacks that he would give Scooby-Doo. Scooby Snacks.
But humans eat them?
No. Well, what's his name? Ate them. Shaggy ate them.
Shaggy, yeah.
But they always look very delicious, but I think they were just dog treats. But I'm going to say, yeah.
I mean, I ate dog food once when I was like 5, so I'd probably go for the Scooby snack.
I ate a milk bone in like the 6th grade. It was fine.
Ew.
Well, I was a little younger. Did you do yours for a bet? Because I did mine for a meal.
Oh, man. Okay. Have you ever had like canned dog or cat food? I tried that once. It wasn't as good.
That is disgusting. And honestly, I'm embarrassed for you that you said that.
Give me a break.
When I'd have to crack the Alpo, I couldn't. The wet food makes me gag. Still, luckily,
I know that is disgusting. Why would you voluntarily try that?
I mean, it was a dare, I guess. Anyway, so we're playing golf yesterday, or we have our push carts, and we were playing out in Moore Park. So there's parts of the course that are literally more desert like with sand and stuff. And so I'm pushing it through, and the wheels get like they sink in the desert, so it's like a hard push. And I said out loud, I was like, man, I feel like R2-D2 getting through the desert. And they all 3 of my buddies laughed. I got a good laugh out of it, Ken.
That's pretty good. Okay. I like that. I like that. The context works. Everything. Good rep.
Yeah, because he's a robot.
Did you? Yeah,
on wheels.
He's a robot. Did you make the sound? Did you do a beep beep?
Beep boop beep boop. Yep. And then I shanked it off the tee on the 18th hole. So
wait a minute. And Eddie Haskell says some dog biscuits are okay. LOL. Which I think it's an indication of a laugh. LOL. I think that's what that means.
That's laugh.
Eddie, I don't know if I want to know. I don't know if I want to know.
Chris Martinez asks, is baby Macuga, the cutest baby since Baby Yoda, going to start with mini golf, or is she going straight to the big leagues? Oh, straight to the big leagues.
Yeah, okay? Mini golf is
fine. She can be good at it if she wants to be, but it's a part of golf. But she will be going straight to the course, to the driving range.
Is anyone ever good at mini golf? I feel like that is the most impossible game. No one can.
I'm not bad at it. I'll have you know.
I do remember I did beat you last time we played mini golf in Big Bear.
Did. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
So I guess you can be good.
There's Big Bear
like Josh.
Big Bear, right by the Ralphs in Big Bear, there's a mini golf course.
Gosh. It's not fancy. It's like nothing fancy, but
I don't care. But they have everything I need up there. I just got to convince Grace to move there. God.
They do have everything you need. Yep. What were we talking about? Golf and mini golf. So a while back, I found videos of the Putt Putt National Championship live from the Putt Putt course in Augusta, Georgia, near Augusta National, where they play the Masters. And these guys, if they don't get a hole in one, it's over. They're all hole in one guys.
That's good. So I went to my MySpace page the other day. It's a sentence I just saw. And there's a picture of me on the golf course at the teeing off, and I've got some cargo shorts on, so burn me, and the golf shoes that I still have that are now in my storage shed where my golf clubs are.
Ken, we got to get you back on the course. You were pretty decent at Top Golf. We got to get Ellis back on the course. We got to make this a normal thing.
We could do it. It's like tell Amanda we're having a late night. She won't know. Yep. She'll be sisters. She won't care.
I've always been really bummed out that there's no such thing as night golf. Like, why don't more courses have lights on them?
I'll say I have never been. Have I ever been one of those wives who was like, you can't do that?
No, definitely not. Well, except for jumping off the roof.
No, yes, but I mean, like, if you were to call me and go, hey, Ken and I are going to go do some night golf or whatever you call it, I would never be like, no. Granted, we don't have kids yet. So maybe when the baby comes, I'll be like, what?
There's the rub.
No.
There's the rub, Ken. There's the rub.
But I don't see myself being someone who's like, no, you can't go have fun.
I mean,
I also love babies. I mean, I don't know. I only can judge my own, the babies in my family, and I love them so much. I want to hang out with them all the time that I can't imagine, like, am I going to love my own child that much? And of course, I think I will. So I don't know that I'll really want to like get rid of her or be like, no, Josh, you need to take her for a while. I need a break. But let's face it, I probably will say that.
That's a good start. I don't want to get rid of her.
That's Amanda for you.
No, I think I just really like babies, so I don't think I'll have a problem like hanging out with her all the time. But granted, a lot of moms say the opposite, where they're like, "Oh no, you'll get sick of them."
Chris,
yeah, I can't imagine that.
Chris Martinez, who, by the way, not sure, Ken, do you know Chris Martinez?
Chris Martinez, had a couple good years with the Pirates in 91, 92.
Correct.
Hit 15 home runs in 92, but 93 ended up going to the Royals, but was injured. So
hurt his elbow.
Yeah, that's kind of led to Bob Hamlin becoming the DH for the Royals. And so Martinez finished up, ended up coaching before opening up a great used car dealership in downtown Altoona.
Yeah. Well, he played for the Altoona Curve, which is, the Pirates AAA team. And Chris, the thing is that Chris Martinez was one of the few guys that started as a pitcher, but he was such a good hitting pitcher that he moved to first base. I think in AAA ball, he batted over 300 for over a 40-game span. They brought him up to the Pirates. He was fantastic in that 91 playoff run. Then he goes to the Royals, but then he comes back to Altoona because he loved the town so much. And now Chris Martinez Ford is one of the highest grossing Ford dealerships in the central Pennsylvania area. So
this is great. Can we just do a whole show on this called What's Your Bio?
What's your bio? Listen, if you guys give us super chats, we will definitely give you the best backstory you've ever heard.
There is no way. I run out of ideas after one.
Well, that's what's crazy about that is that Chris Martinez, speaking of like running out of ideas, is that Chris Martinez, he played 3 years in the league, but he was famously hit in the head by a pitch and had crazy amnesia to the fact that he went back to his freshman year of high school and only lived that freshman year of high school for about 6 months before he ended up he just bumped his head one day on the shower and got all of his memory back. And that's how he was able to open up the Ford store in Altoona, because his most fond memory that he had, Ken, was where?
His most fond memory was in ninth grade when he went to a camping trip for part of the Young Chess Club members. It was a great time. Rob Dibble was actually the pitcher that hit him in the head. And he got hit by the pitch and knocked him silly.
Yeah. Haskell at 420 says, I gave a super chat. What's my backstory? We'll get there.
We'll get to it, Eddie. And that's the thing with these super chats is we're so appreciative of them. We've got, but we are ill prepared to give 49 backstories at this point. We'll have to rebrand the show. We'll work on it.
So thick with backstories. But honestly, too, we've given so many backstories, these characters, we should basically just write a script with all of the people that we've basically created. Our best bud, Christy McGee, who we've never given a backstory, thrown in $4.99 to the super chat. Okay, here's how it goes. And we all can. Christy McGee has a legendary, thick, with lore backstory.
Okay.
Her parents conceived her at a Renaissance fair in the southern Maine area near the town of Bowdoin, I believe.
Yep. Which is why her middle name is Christy Bowden Bustle McGee.
Correct.
Yeah. Correct. Well, a lot of people don't know about Christy McGee. She was a singer in her youth, and actually was a competitive show choir singer, and that led to a coveted backup singer job with Taylor Dane.
And listen, you can hear in Taylor Dane's "Tell It to My Heart," you can hear the beautiful resonance from Christy McGee's voice. It's like, "Tell it to my heart, tell me I'm not only one."
Only one. Yeah.
Right. And Christy and the famous story is though, is that, Taylor Dane found her at a show choir competition in Orlando, Florida, outside of MGM Studios. Right. It was an unknown kind of a situation. Taylor Dane was just starting to get famous, and she saw Christy McGee and thought, that's who I need backing me up on the Tell It to My Heart tour. And then near the end of the tour, Taylor Dane's manager had said, this Christy McGee girl is going to outshine you. And that's when Taylor Dane fired her from the tour.
Yeah. Yeah. And there was Christy actually formed a backup singer support group, which included members like Sheryl Crow and Paula Cole. Sheryl Crow, of course, backup singer for Michael Jackson, Paula Cole for Peter Gabriel. They actually, it was a pretty successful group to help discarded backup singers who had outshone the talent in front of them. And because of that, and Amanda, it strikes me, you strike me as the type of person that probably would have had this album. Christy McGee was set to release a solo album in about 1994, 95 range called The Cowboys Have Gone Here. Yes. And it was a great song, great pop single. It was really, really good. They actually got punk legend, former Husker Du frontman Bob Mould actually wrote some lyrics on it there, which is gave it kind of a cutting underbite to the
powerful.
song.
I think the music video, she was actually riding a horse without a helmet.
Yeah,
without a helmet. And I'll tell you what, the MTV, the executives were like, we might have to put a disclaimer on this video.
Yeah.
And then before the record came out, The Cowboys Have Gone Here was going to be the single and the title. Paula Cole's Where Have All the Cowboys Gone came out. And they're like, God bless it, we can't release this now. Album never saw the light of day.
No. And, it's been buried at the recording studio, just outside of Jersey City, New Jersey. It's been buried by Geffen Records. People still talk about those recording sessions because, Ken, if you remember, that Jersey City recording studio, they're kind of famous. And some of those days that Christy McGee would come in there, young superstars were on their way in. Guys like Justin Timberlake had stopped by. People that voices of generations to come. Jordan Sparks. Leona Lewis, Nelly Furtado, Natalie Merchant. They came in and they were like, listen, Christy McGee is who we need to be. And then it was almost like the first hashtag, gotta be McGee, was like the thing, right? I need more McGee out of you. I need more McGee out of you.
Yeah. You gotta give me more McGee. That's what
give me more McGee.
Yeah. And so it just never really happened. Sarah McLachlan did give Christy McGee a secondary stage slot on one of the Lilith Fair tours in 97. But by then the momentum had kind of been lost, sadly, because she's one of the best performers that really never got to be heard by the world. So Christy McGee kind of retired from the music business for a while, but actually started coaching junior high aged kids on vocals, show choir stuff. She went back to her roots for a lot of the late 90s.
Yep. And just like most great singers, some of them make it and some of them don't. And the ones that don't are the ones that we still think about all the time. And I believe it said that Christy McGee made her way up to Maine, where she, was from, and she ended up becoming the music teacher at her high school. And people begged her to sing, but she would only sing karaoke once a month at a local family restaurant. Eventually became the host of that karaoke.
Yeah. There are
legendary.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I said there's some,
the only song that she would,
there's some recordings of Christy from some underground kind of unauthorized recordings of Christy at the karaoke concerts at the gig. They released them actually.
How do you guys do this? I've been thinking from the beginning of what to say about Christy McGee, and I've got nothing. How do you guys come up with this stuff?
Well, you were there at the one karaoke show when she did, and Ken.
Yeah,
my brain is empty.
The question isn't how we come up with it, Amanda. The question is, how do we remember these true facts?
Yeah. How do you remember it? I feel brain dead. You guys just really spout off this stuff, and I'm like.
Now, what people don't realize is that back in 2009, when Twitter was just kind of exploding on the scene, a viral video went viral of Christy McGee spiting one Taylor Dane by singing "Tell It to My Heart."
Yep.
And it kind of went viral. Taylor Dane upset about it. Tig Notaro's great joke. About Taylor Dane also went viral, and Taylor Dane kind of became what some would call a musical villain. And then a couple weeks later, people were like, "You got to do more. You got to do more." And that's when Christy McGee came in, and she ripped apart "With Every Beat of My Heart." Bum, 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 bum. It keeps really close to me. I don't know a lot of words to songs, but I do know a lot of rhythms, Ken. And Christy McGee. Whoo!
Yeah. Do you know on that recording who was the backup singer for that recording that Christy McGee used?
I don't.
You know?
I don't.
It was one of her former students named Taylor Swift. Actually, it's a true story. You can look it up. Coached her for a little bit, and this is Christy was actually the one that was like, "You know what? I know you're singing country, but I think you got the range to go farther than that. Don't put yourself in a bubble. Yeah, don't put yourself in a bubble." And it took a while for it to sink in, but now doesn't return her calls.
Yeah, well, I was just gonna say they, Taylor Swift. It's been said, she's never come out publicly and said this, but her song "Style," "You Never Go Out of Style," is about Christy McGee and the one for us to release Where All the Cowboys Are.
The Cowboys are here. Yeah.
Cowboys are here. Sorry, excuse me.
Right here. Yeah, absolutely. It's easy to get them confused. And I think the world waits. The world waits for the time where Christy McGee will get in front of a live crowd with a microphone and nothing but her lungs. You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah. Not it.
And there's nothing quite like the story of me and Christy McGee.
Yep. Me and Christy McGee. Yeah, absolutely. Anyways, that's the story. That's the career of Christy McGee.
Yeah. 2_Z_mountains $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Throwback to earlier. If you enjoy Schitt's Creek, you should check out Corner Gas on Prime and Letterkenny on Hulu. I know Amanda will hate Letterkenny, but I've never heard of Corner Gas.
I've never heard of Corner Gas, and
I've seen every episode.
I loved Schitt's Creek. It's my favorite show, and I rewatch it all the time. So I will definitely look for Corner Gas. Thank you.
I'll check it out.
I know she'll hate Letterkenny. That's not her show, but I've seen every episode of Letterkenny and I love it. And then Ranger Donald gives us $1.99. Here's 66 cents each without tax. Thanks, Ranger Donald.
That's hilarious.
Listen, if you want the backstory, you got to give us your full name so that we can't give backstories to screen names. We got to
look at Ranger Donald's profile picture. It looks like he tested positive for COVID and had to be pulled from a game in the eighth inning.
I love his profile picture. He actually looks a lot like my sister's boyfriend. So every time I see,
totally. I was like, which sister? And I was like, no.
Ranger Donald looks like he opened up for Greg Allman's solo album tour in '89.
Well, he also looks like what Rock of Love. Come on, Bret Michaels thinks he looks like.
Yes. Bret Michaels wishes he could look as great as Ranger Donald does.
Totally. Bret Michaels kind of looks like the if you go to one of those Aveda clinics and they're like testing makeup on you, that's what Bret Michaels' face looks like a makeup test. Ranger Donald actually looks like a normal human, just because there's only a few people that can pull off the large headband with that glorious flowing mane of hair. I wish I had that ability. I don't.
Ranger Donald looked like he rode in to Helm's Deep with Gandalf at dawn on the fifth day. He's just tearing down.
Look. He was a rider of Rohan. He lit the third fire of Gondor, I believe. Yeah,
so. It did. Yeah, that's kind of close enough.
Sebastian, is watching Seinfeld for the first time,
and it hasn't aged well, but is fantastic. It is aged great.
Whoa!
But here's the thing: the first couple seasons are tough. They haven't aged well, but the last 5 seasons age perfectly.
But could you imagine never having seen Seinfeld? Your 2020 just opened up your whole you have so much to look forward to.
And here's the thing. Yes, we all dress like that.
Yeah, we do. We did. Yeah. The thing that's been really tough on me lately is that TBS in the morning used to have a 2-hour block of Seinfeld. Now, I know this is going to come out as racist, but I hope it doesn't, is they're now playing George Lopez. I don't like that show. I don't like George Lopez. I didn't like his show. The whole thing is just aimed at not my audience, and that's going to be like, oh, he's xenophobic.
I didn't think George Lopez was like a really big hit show, though, was it?
No, but the George Lopez show now has it goes Everybody Loves Raymond, George Lopez, and then Friends.
I loved Everybody Loves Raymond.
Everybody Loves Raymond is fantastic.
I just love that in 2020, Josh had the balls to start a sentence by saying, this is going to sound racist,
but
he still said it. Also, though, I feel like I heard a rumor. Isn't that George Lopez is not a nice person?
No, that's Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey.
Who also had a show called The Steve Harvey Show.
Wasn't there a rumor about George Lopez?
Well, the rumor was that George Lopez's show got canceled on TBS because he was impossible to work with and he was very, very mean to staff. Like, he wasn't very good.
So that's exactly what I just said.
Yeah.
He had a rumor that he wasn't a nice person.
There you go. Sorry, that's what
I said that.
Sorry, Ken.
Oh,
sorry,
it's,
man.
It's so relative, though. I always question that. Like, I know the Ellen thing, and that's been heard for years, but it's like, it's how people. You're always Ellen to them. So if you do something that people don't want Ellen to do to them, they're going to think you're a horrible person. I'm not saying that stuff wasn't done or anything. I'm not condoning anything, but you know what I mean? Like, so I don't know, you know, like, I don't agree.
Know. I think it is tough when being Ellen, she's not always going to be on, right? Like, she's not always going to be the TV Ellen. However, she has made her career now out of being kind and accepting everyone and treating everyone with kindness. And her slogan is literally like, be kind to one another. So I think it's less for me about like, maybe she wasn't being TV Ellen, or she was, not in a great mood that day or whatever. But when you hear that many stories, you're like, wait, she's just not a kind person. And if all you do is preach kindness, it like doesn't, I think that's what makes it bad, is that she preaches this acceptance and kindness and, but then doesn't do it herself. I don't know.
Slurpee. I mean, here's my thing with Ellen, and I think I've said it on multiple shows, but I know two people that have worked for her and said it was the worst experiences of their entire career. One person left Hollywood altogether. So that kind of says a lot about it. But also, to go back to George Lopez show was a big hit when it played a lot on Nick at Night, but I don't know about when it was first airing. Yeah, I've never watched an episode, but I have watched a bunch of episodes, but it's not Seinfeld. Like, you took away my morning routine.
Well, it's a different show. I thought it was like more of a kid show, no?
Yeah.
It's on Nickelodeon.
Damon R 1974 says, I love Seinfeld, but Curb is greater than Seinfeld. It's a very, very different show. I think it's almost impossible to compare those two shows. You've got a sitcom from the late 80s, early 90s, and an HBO show where you're literally allowed to do whatever the hell you want. So I think that Seinfeld in the later seasons was going way more Larry David, Curb Your Enthusiasm than Jerry Seinfeld comedy, which I appreciate. But I think it's almost impossible to compare those shows. So I don't think I ever would.
They're naturally going to be compared, but I enjoy Curb better. I'm a big Curb fan. So I lived for Seinfeld. Like, every Thursday night, that was my thing. Like, that was it. All right.
Monterey Jack says, Monterey Jack Cheese, why do we automatically assume that people starting rumors are good people?
It's
a good.
That is a very good statement. Question. I don't think everyone starting rumors are good people, and I think sometimes they're not honest. So you can't always believe everything you hear or read. But I am kind of a firm believer that if the rumor is coming out continuously, consistently over a long time,
it's true.
It's kind of like, there's got to be some truth to it. But I do think that not everyone starting rumors are honest or truthful. Yeah.
Good. No, I'm totally on the page, and that was kind of what I was asking. But like, with this, there's a lot, especially with us working out in town here. It's like you'll hear a lot of things, and some of them just ain't true, but then you'll like time and time again. But that's kind of my approach. I always let's just wait to see what some facts are emerge, and I don't like jumping on the pile. But after a while, the pile was pretty big.
Yeah,
and then people work directly with them.
Amanda just goes, Grounded for Life. I don't think I've ever seen a Grounded for Life show. Matt
says Grounded for Life is amazing. I love that show. What happened to that show?
I don't know what that is. Why don't I know that?
Oh my gosh, I forget that actor's name, but he always had like kind of long. He's in a lot now. I forget his name, but
I kind of remember it. What is it? Grounded for Life.
Hold on, I'll look. Damn, my phone died.
Real quick, got a super chat from Bryant Brawler. Rumors are one thing. If you're hearing the same thing from multiple people, then there is some validity to the claims. For sure. I mean, like, listen, when I was in high school, I was like, man, Josh Macuga, he's like crazy attractive. That guy's so hot. Oh my God. And then you saw me and you're like, that makes sense, right? Like that dude is hot.
You don't know. Yeah. I mean, look, I've told the story before, but like when I like mid security days, when I was like just a supervisor, my nickname from the tenants was Asshole, because they're like, that's the worst, meanest guy in the world. It was just because I was shy and didn't want to be there. So that was. Well, look at Collider. Before you guys hired me at Collider, we were talking for a little bit, and rumors started coming around Collider, and you all were telling everyone, the people that knew me, oh my God, Ken's going to come over, and he's so funny, and we like him, and it was great that you guys lied. And Grace was like, oh, this is great, it's exciting. Then I showed up, stuffy, didn't talk to anybody, particularly her, stayed in my corner, and Grace literally was like, this guy's a dope. Like, he's a dud. And she was telling everyone, like, he's dumb. And then, like, 2 months in on set of a sketch, I said something that made her laugh. You know, now we have 2 chihuahuas together. So, rumors, you know.
Listen, it's Amanda pulled up a picture of.
It's like Donald.
Donald, yeah.
Logue.
Kevin Corrigan. I've never seen an episode of this show.
This show was so good.
I remember that. I didn't really. Clearly, I didn't watch it, but Donald Logue's great.
Hey,
and is a nice guy.
Richard Reel, aka Smikowski, is in it.
It's a great show. Actually, I want to look that up. If anybody knows if you could still find it, I think I want to show it to Josh.
I will watch it. I'll watch anything.
Now's the time. No, it's right. I totally forgot about him. Donald Logue's great. Wasn't he in Vikings? I don't watch Vikings, but like I saw he was like in Vikings. Is like him?
No, he there was a guy that looked a lot like Donald Logue in Vikings, but he wasn't in Vikings, I don't think. Hold on, let me look. Let me make sure. But I watched every episode of Vikings.
A lot of stuff I've seen him.
That was Steve back in the day. Was a good movie.
He was in Vikings. Whoops.
He was. Point for Ken.
Now he
wasn't. No,
he doesn't watch things. He wasn't or was? I swear he was.
He looks like what is that?
I think that's from Sons of Anarchy. He was in Sons of Anarchy for sure.
I'll say he is a great actor because he's done a lot of different types of work and
yeah. Oh, that's right. Megan Price was in Grounded for Life. Megan Price, she was on another NBC show. She was also she did a great turn in Curb Your Enthusiasm in this last season. Megan Price is great. Good pull, Slurpee Frap. Go back and check it out.
I'm just going to look real quick to see if he was in Vikings.
We got a super chat from Bryant Brawler. I understand your pain, Ken. Not being super duper friendly sometimes mean you're angry to some people. Just say the least annoying. No. I face that all the time.
He was in Vikings. He was the first king, King Horik. Dang it.
Oh, look at that. All right. I win the contest. Give me the Schmodown belt.
You do. Son of a bee.
Is that how it works?
That's it.
Wait, Grounded for Life is on Vudu and Roku.
Oh, we got Roku.
We have Roku.
Vudu?
You watch shows on Roku, like not within another app?
Hoodoo? You do?
No idea.
You remind me of a
Vudu and Roku. Hulu.
I'm with old hands
There's too many TV.
All my shows are on Me
now.
TV.
Can we just have it in one place?
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, I have YouTube TV now because PlayStation View went away, and I don't like YouTube TV. It's fine. It's fine. I don't know. No one YouTube don't give a copyright claim on this for no reason. I kind of do miss the old days of direct TV, like a remote that I can figure out and turn it on and everything.
That's why I keep my TV. That's why I keep my TV. I mean, I pay a little extra for it, and I know that, but it brings me solace knowing that when I turn on the TV, I can just hit guide and scroll through a bunch of stuff I'll never watch, but I know it's there. It leaves my soul warm.
I'll say I did put the Today Show on, which I try to avoid the news these days, but and there was nothing political on the news this morning, but just having hearing the local weather and there were some like sweet stories. I was like, you know what? I love local news. Like I love waking up in the morning and hearing, you know, even if it's not necessarily local and it's Al Roker telling you your weather, it's still, there's still something about that.
Working an early, 6 a.m. shift. For like 5 years, a Good Day LA was, Dorothy Lucy, Jillian Barbary, Steve Edwards. That was my morning.
I love that, and I love local news, and I love good stuff, like good news kind of a thing, which is a part of a huge announcement Ken and I have coming up in the next month or so. So, stay tuned. We've got Ken and I and Mark Riley have something huge on the horizon. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I hope you guys are in for it. I think it's time we end the show because Sebastian Fila said it kind of perfectly. What's going longer, this episode or my bladder? So here we go.
On the way.
Sebastian, over us.
Oh.
All right. Yeah, that's good. I got a P2, and I think one of the Chihuahuas does as well. So that's a good time. That kind of is how the afternoons ends now, when one of the three of us, or now an audience member, or a dog has to go potty.
Has to go to the bathroom. You're well said, Ken. I love being here. Thanks, everybody, for your super chats and your fun.
Thanks, everyone.
Congratulations on all your backstories. Christy McGee, I loved your album. I can't wait to actually hear it. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
The Cowboys. I got to practice my improv.
The Cowboys are right. Christy just killed it.
We're going to get flagged soon. Hold on.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do this. PLD says, thanks for the last super chat.
Do it.
Have a great night. No, we're just going to do real quick. Ken, start the music. Start the music. We're going to get Start it.
Bye-bye, everybody. It's the afternoons with Josh Ken and Amanda. So look at a serious world.
Bye.